Good evening, everyone. To the community of educational stakeholders, administrators, partners, government officials, family members, and friends who comprise the diverse body of believers in Thrive's children, I greet you tonight in divine love. Last but not least, to the first graduating class of Thrive Academy, the class of 2019. Come on, you can do better than that. The first class? All right. I am absolutely honored to have been chosen to be your keynote speaker. Of the many outstanding moments in my life and professional career, this one will always fill me with pride and joy and elation. Now, as a foundational disclaimer, I have to warn you, I want to ground the next few moments in time with full disclosure that the graduates and I know each other intimately. We know each other's quirks and idiosyncrasies. For example, they know that my favorite movie is The Color Purple, that I can always be bribed with chicken, and that I repeat, cannot be given too much sugar because I am already super hyper, and adding sugar to that will result in me doing absolutely too much. They know these things about me, just like I know that they like music playing in the background while they work. They enjoy presentations and projects. They enjoy assignments that allow for intense competition. They like making connections between what they're reading and current topics. And my, how the class of 2019 loves to celebrate. We literally celebrated everything. It's Tuesday, let's have canes. Or happy Friday Eve, let's have McDonald's for breakfast. We have had so many profoundly impactful moments. So many funny, I can't breathe because I'm laughing so hard moments. So many, this is so heart-wrenching, I don't know how I'm gonna make it moments that there is not enough time to adequately describe them all. This limitation considered, my aim and purest desire on your special day is to leave you with the words that I do have to encourage you and all who have come to share with you tonight, to witness this occasion with 5 things that I learned from the class of 2019. 5 things that I learned from the class of 2019. Because I thought I was teaching you. But the truth is, unknowingly, you were teaching me. And the teacher became the student. The first thing that the class of 2019 taught me was you are enough. You are enough. When I started teaching at Thrive, I began as a 6th and 7th grade teacher after having only taught elementary school. As a matter of fact, 2 of you I have known since elementary school. I moved from 6th to 7th to then 9th and 10th grade, and from there 11th. Teaching secondary English language arts was a whole new world for me. But even though it was new and I was constantly evolving, you showed up, paid attention most times, and chose to learn from me every day. You learned to get excited about the things I got excited about, just because it was me, even if it meant you had to read the Scarlet Letter or do a writing assignment. When it came down to selecting your keynote speaker, I am fully aware that you could have chosen anybody. Someone more famous, somebody with more status or clout, but you chose me. Little did you know, the day that I was asked to be your speaker, I didn't feel enough. I was having one of those days that we all encounter where we feel like we don't matter, like we don't count, or that nothing we've ever done will ever make a difference. That day, with just a simple gesture of your choice, I was reminded that my enoughness, yes, I made up that word, my enoughness did not come from the outside, but was an inside job. And I say to you, class of 2019, you being enough does not come from what you do, but whom you are. Sometimes you won't feel enough. You wonder if you know enough, if you have enough resources, if you've studied enough or given enough. Always remember on those days that everything you'll ever need to prosper is already on the inside of you. Even on your worst day, there is no one, and I mean absolutely no one, who can beat you at being you, because there's only one of you. The second thing that I learned from the class of 2019 was you are beautiful. You are beautiful. There was not a day that passed that Kia didn't come walking down the breezeway for class that she didn't greet me with, "Hey, beautiful," or "Good morning, beautiful." Whether the sun was shining, or it was raining, or it was cold, whether she was angry or happy or sick, she consistently greeted me the same way every day. In those moments, I would often be reminded of the age-old adage, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This is because many of those days, y'all, I didn't feel beautiful at all. Especially during the time of the flood and its lengthy recovery process when I was wearing donated clothes, going home to open walls, and trying to keep on keeping on. Beautiful. Life looked anything but beautiful. I felt anything but beautiful. But you reminded me that beauty, like enoughness, was an inside job. That beauty exists within and then radiates to the outside. So today I remind you of your own lesson. Even in the ugliest of situations where you may encounter colorism, bias, prejudice, unforgiveness, loss, frustration, disappointment, and failure in its many forms, tell yourself, I am beautiful. And although this situation may not be, eventually I'll grow through it. Not only did I learn that I was enough and that I was beautiful from the class of 2019, the third thing I learned was you are family. You are family. When one of you hurt, all of you hurt. When one of you got in trouble, Lord help us, all of you got in trouble and would even take the consequences for one another. When one of you achieved something, you all celebrated as if it was your own accomplishment. You fought like siblings and then made up. And interestingly enough, you would engage in conflict with one another in 1 minute. But if anything or anyone from the outside tried to infiltrate or challenge your squad or your unit, you knew how to drop those petty arguments, come together, and stand united. Don't ever lose that. Together we stand, divided we fall. If we win, we're going to win together. If one of us falls, as a family, we must ensure that that same one is restored. We rise together. We make it together. We celebrate together because none of us has every gift, every ability, and every talent. We need one another because where one of us is weak, the other might be strong. We can only be great when we all are great together. We can dispel more darkness if we all shine brightly as diamonds in the midnight sky. We can all make an impact as a family, each member doing his or her part excellently. The fourth thing that the class of 2019 taught me was, you are strong. You are strong. At the time that I was your classroom teacher, I was working full-time, working on my doctorate full-time, raising my teenage son full-time, caring for my disabled mother, and restoring my house. It was your kindness, your consistency, and your tenacity as students that gave me courage and bravery. You showing up ready to read complex text at 7:25 in the morning made me feel like a superhero. You made me feel like every struggle had meaning and value, and that no matter what was going on, I was strong enough to get through it. Heaven Jones, thank you for asking me every day how the house was coming along and if I was all right. And children, I want to publicly thank you for pushing me through my dissertation because my first process got delayed. I couldn't quit because you were counting on me to finish what I started, and together we did just that. Your fortitude, your endurance, your ability to withstand your personal obstacles as well as those that come with the territory of being trailblazers. You do know that you're trailblazers, right? History makers, the first graduating class of a public boarding school, because you were trailblazers. Many will benefit from your sacrifices in the path that you laid from old Thrive to new Thrive and now into our new school building. When things get rough for you, as they sometimes will, and you want to give up and throw in the towel and quit, remember that you are strong. You have overcome innumerable obstacles to achieve what seemed impossible. You have beaten the odds, although they were stacked against you. You are brave and you are courageous. You can make it. No matter what you're facing and no matter what's facing you, you are strong enough, courageous enough, and brave enough to get through it. Finally, it is a wise saying that now abideth these three: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. The last and most important thing that the class of 29 taught me was, you are loved. You taught me that I was unequivocally, inextricably, irrevocably, unconditionally loved. No matter what shape or state I was in, whether you agreed with my decisions or not, whether you wanted to write my papers or not, whether you wanted to take my tests or not, you loved me. And today, class of 2019, I want you to know that you too are loved. There's nothing you could ever do to change it or cause it to dissipate on your good days and your bad days. When you've given maximum effort, or on those days when you've done just enough to get by. When you are given great accolades, or when there is no external validation at all, know that you are unequivocally, inextricably, irrevocably, unconditionally loved. Class of 2019, I love you. I'm proud of you. I'll never forget you. I'm so glad I met each of you. And if you ever need to be reminded that you are enough, that you are beautiful, that you are family, that you are strong, and most of all, that you are loved, stop by the village at 2585 Brightside. Send an email, make a phone call. I promise you, one of us will be there to remind you of your greatness. Rise in power, children. It's your time. Love, peace, blessing, and favor be upon your lives.